Hello everyone, this is Old Gamer, and today we're going to be continuing with our lesson with making a screen pack for the Ikemen GO. Today we're going to be focusing a little more in depth on how to make your menu look really nice. So we already covered pretty much the fonts, the option screen, the high score, the replay mode. Well, not yet, not the replay mode. I'm sorry, but we need to give it more depth for our screen pack. We're still focusing on the menu, I know, but I want to share with you how to make a cursor animation for your menu for your screen pack for the Ikemen GO. So let's get started. So I went ahead and took the time and I made a animation cursor for my screen pack. Now, I already showed you guys, I explained it to you guys so many times, how to make an animation, okay, on when it comes to cursors or certain things, right? I also show you how I did it. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to add the animation cursor on the Ikemen GO. So I took the time and made my own cursor animation for the main menu, okay? And just to let you know that this will act as the active animation, okay? Now, before we can get started in adding this to the sprites, okay, we're going to go ahead and open up our Fighter Factory. And then once you open up your Fighter, guide yourself to open it with the system sprites, okay? Once you do that, I'm going to move back a little bit because I want to make sure that this is ends in the animation category of the menu. You can see I made 1, 2, 3, but I also got this right here. Let me go ahead and move this over here. Okay. All right. Oh wait, that's the animation of the stage. Let me go ahead and, there we go. This is what we want. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and move over. Okay, and we're gonna go find a new group. We're going to create a new group because I got to make sure that we're in the same page. Okay, there we go. So this is part of the menu, but I did not create a number 2 group. I created number 3, and in my video description I explained to you how to make animation, okay? So in the tag here, it will show you where to go to learn how to make animation for screen packs. So we need to create a new group. So we're going to go ahead and click on this PCX right here. And then I'm going to navigate to my cursor animation. I'm going to grab this right there. Grab the rest of them. Okay. I'm going to leave it as it is. Set the position is going to be 0. The group number is going to be number 2. And then hit OK. Now this implemented all the animation, all the sprites for the animation for the cursor. I made this cursor right here. Look, you can see how cool it looks. See, so look at that little cool little glow there. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and click on our animation film clip right here on the corner, and then we're going to go ahead and add a new animation by clicking that plus. And of course, we're going to go ahead and hit number 2. And we're going to put a number 6 there and hit OK. All right, even though it's not there just yet, but we're going to go ahead and click this right here on the left-hand corner to include new animation. But before we do that, we need to add the number 2. There it is. Here's the animation of the cursor. We're going to click on this. This is called the main menu cursor animation. Okay, we're going to make sure this is number 2. That's the group, and the speed I definitely want to put it at least at 7. Okay, now we're going to hit apply. Now let's take a look at the animation. Let's go a little zoom in and see how it looks. There he goes. A little bit too slow, but I want to make it go a little bit faster. So I'm going to apply number 6 on that number 7. This right here now, let me open up the notepad. So if I put a 6 right now, watch, look what happens when I put a 6. You see how at the bottom it became a 6? But if I hit this little button, all the 7s become 6s. Watch, it multiplies it. Boom. Let's move the bar right here to the slide and change it to number 6. And then hit apply this little button right here. And all this will become 6s. Just like that. Watch. I'm gonna put a number 5. Watch. A 5. See how right here became a 5? Now when I hit this little button right here, they're all becomes 5. You see that? So I'm going to hit apply and let's take a look at the animation. Nice. There we go. Yeah. Okay, but we're not done just yet. So now we're going to go ahead and take this code. We're going to copy it. And then we're going to paste it. And then we're going to reverse it. So now we're going to go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and grab this whole entire code and copy it. I'm going to apply it because I want you to see how it's pulsing. Look, it's pulsing. You see? See how it's pulsing like that? You can also slow it down a little bit. I think number 6 would be good. Let's try number 6. Let's try number 6. Let's move the slide bar all the way to the end. Hit this little button to apply all the numbers of the speed. And copy. Okay. Now let's take a look and see how the animation looks. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, now I can speed it up too. Watch, I'm going to put a 4. And then I'm going to slide this bar all the way to the end. Change it this section to a 4, apply, and then play the animation. There we go. But I think the number 6 was good. All right, now that we went ahead and added the animation cursor into our screen pack, we're going to click on this little square right here where it says SFF, and we're going to apply the changes. Okay, once we do that, we're going to head back to our, believe it or not, our Ikemen GO. We're going to go to data, Ikemen 1, and we're going to click right here on system definition. Okay, in the system definition, I always put my animation codes at the bottom of the screen. I never put it between the settings because you will create it and you're going to end up creating like a long list of settings into it, and you don't want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and put this in here, paste, there it is. Okay, animation, main menu, animation cursor. Okay, animation cursor. Okay, now that we got the animation in there, but we're not done just yet. Now we're going to scroll all the way up. Okay, we're just going to scroll down just a little bit. Okay, and we're going to come right about here. Okay, now if you notice, there's something missing. You have all these codes, but there's something missing that Ikemen GO team does not explain about when you start making stuff, right? But to make it easy, I'm going to show you what they did, and this is why they're so wonderful. So if you head on over to the data folder, okay, under data on the Ikemen, you're going to see called a system-based definition. This is like the holy grail of information for the Ikemen GO. So when we double click on it, okay, this gives you all the information that you need. Now remember this. They tell you what it is, but they won't tell you what it does. Okay? But it gives you the information you need by reading through this information. It gives you an key of what you need to do when you're dealing with certain things. Okay? Alright. So let's scroll down under menu. We're going to scroll down and we're looking for a certain type of code command that we want to copy and paste. Okay, so we're going to scroll down a little bit. Here's the menu and menu item right here. This is where we're at. We're going to scroll down just a little bit until we get to this point right here where it says active. We're looking for the active version. Okay, active. We're looking for a active. Back there we go. This is what we need to look for. Now if you read the information, it tells you what it means, what it does. Okay, this is like an alternative way to make a menu, but we're going to go ahead and looking for this one particular command. Okay, and the one we're looking for, believe it or not, is right here, right in front of us. Okay, and it's right here on active. There you go, active BG animation. This is what we want. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna only copy a couple settings. We're only gonna borrow a couple settings through this information. So basically we want is the offset animation right here. Okay, the facing. Okay, um oh, definitely the spacing. Okay, let's go ahead and copy this whole entire code because we're going to remove a few things. Okay, we're going to copy that and we're going to put it right underneath the main menu info. On the title info, we're going to paste it right in there, just like that. Okay, because I'm dealing with not a static animation, I'm going to remove this right here where it says menu item, active background, BG stands for background, SPR stands for sprite. We don't need that. We definitely need the position, and we definitely need the facing. We don't need the scale because we're not scaling anything, so we can remove that. All these angles and stuff like that, we're not going to use it, so we can remove that. Okay, we are going to keep the facing. We definitely don't need this one right here. Yeah, we don't need this as well. We don't need that. We don't need the layer because I'm not going to put it on the front or anything. Definitely we're not using no windows. And definitely we're not using no, how you say, no, what's the word I'm looking for? We're not looking for blocking anything. So keep it to a center thing. Okay, so we're going to hit backspace to make sure they're all lined up properly. Okay, so we got to make sure that this item spacing is the same as always. So we're going to put this sucker as 70. Okay, the animation code, the begin action is number 2 because that's the animation that we created. Okay, that's about it. We don't need to have no layer no. We don't need to know layer no menu, so we can remove that. And this is all we need right here. We need the item active background animation, the offset, the facing, and definitely we need the spacing. Okay, so now we're going to be playing with the position. Okay, so let's see what it looks like right now. So, but before we do, we have to hold Control on your keyboard. Hold Control and S. We want to save the progress. Okay, all right, now let's go ahead and close our Ikemen. And then let's take a look and see where it's located, okay? All right, let's go ahead and skip the intro. And there's the animation of the cursor. But you notice that it's off the screen. You see that? So we need to position it by playing with the offset, okay? So let me see. I'm going to go ahead and give it 230 and see how that goes. 230. Position. I need to make it go up, so I'm going to try a 30. I'm just second guessing here because we really don't have what you call a chart for this. You gotta like second guess everything. So, and then that's another thing too. When there's certain types of features you can shift and F4, but this one you cannot shift F4. So you're gonna have to close it and reopen it again. This will refresh the position of the animation. Okay, well, we're almost there. It's almost there. We need to move it more to the left. So let's try 70. And let's try this one as 40. Okay, I'm going to hit Control S. And then we're going to close the Ikemen Go and reopen it again. Okay. All right, almost there. We almost got it centered. Okay, so let's try this. So it's, let me see. 70 is kind of perfect. Okay, let's try 71. and then put this as 45. Let's see. Control S. And then we're going to close this and reopen. Okay. All right. Look at that. It's perfectly fit in there. And you can see that it actually going through every category. Look at that. Isn't that something? I do need to fix the alignment a little bit. There's still a little bit needs to move. We still need to move it back a little bit. So let's push it up to 70. Let's try 72. Okay, Control S. Because I see a little bit of shadow there. You see? So let's go ahead and close that. Reopen it. All right. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Look at that. That looks really nice. Oh, yep. It looks really nice. Look at that. Now, I can change the text so this way it won't touch the cursor, but we could include the layer no, but I don't even know if the layer no active it works. Let's go back to our base system here, and I know they had a layer no. There it is, layer no active background. There it is. We're going to go ahead and copy this. And let's see if it's in the front. It will let me put it in the front. Okay, let's go ahead and Control V. There it goes. All right, we're going to put a 1 for now and Control S. And let's see if the cursor is in the front. If not, that means we're going to have to shorten the letters for this. Yeah, sometimes we have to shorten the letters. So this way it will fit in the box. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and close it and let's see if it's in the front. Let's see if it's in the front. All right. There it is. It's in the front. You see? And there you go. We don't have to worry about spacing anything as long as it's touching this. Now, 2 years ago, when they included the animation cursor, I made a report directly to them and say, hey, how come we can't put animation cursor on network? And they were making like a big fuss about it. But now we can actually have it highlighted into the cursor. You see? So when we go to join host game, it's, you see, and we go to join, you see, it's highlighted. Look at that. This is something I've been telling them, like, look, dude, why would you make it difficult for us? You know, you should make a cursor animation for it as well. And look at that. Now they heard our plea, and now we got it going as well. Okay. So yeah, so there you go, guys. We just finally got ourselves a animation cursor for the main menu for the Ikemen Go. This is Old Gamer saying, God bless, and take it easy, you guys.